Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, Film Read. We're back with another video. There are shows available on every niche now, yet today we'll be talking about the one TV show that still remains different than the rest. Forged in Fire is a TV reality show where bladesmiths from all fields of life come to test their abilities of forming the best weapons. Making weapons on camera is a big deal. Using metal to make multiple knives and even forging historical weapons, which is one of the challenges on the show, is what makes the reality show on History Channel stand out. But like every other show, it also has some behind-the-screen secrets that they do not openly tell. Today, we'll be talking about just those. But before we begin, press the subscribe button just below your video bar on the left of the screen. Also, press the bell icon for update notifications from us. Number 1. The weapons stay in the studio. Yup, you may have heard the judges say, surrender your weapon to the contestants who get out of the show every week and even the winners. That's because it is illegal to keep these weapons with themselves, and thus it might end in a ban on shows like this. To avoid that, all the weapons are kept within the premises of the shooting studio. Number 2. The judges perform the challenges. Making a blade out of metal from scratch within a few hours is difficult, but more than that, it is quite dangerous. To make sure that these challenges are doable, the area expert judges perform the challenges themselves before letting the contestants try it on camera. It makes sense because if one step goes wrong, everything goes down the drain. Number 3. It is the contestants' source of income. Many former contestants that performed on the show and even forged historical weapons within 5 days have chosen the profession to earn a living. As odd as it may seem, we know that people do it mostly because they love to work and create shiny knives and daggers, and thus, after dropping out, they resort to making cutlery. Murray Carter, a contestant, owns Carter Cutlery and has explained his appearance on the show on YouTube in detail. Isn't that interesting? Number 4. From cutlery to weapons. Initially, the show's idea was pitched as one that focused more on carving creative cutlery out of metal. The creators thought that it may limit the creativity of the show and thus ended up giving it a dangerous touch. However, we trust that if it were about cutlery, it might not have gotten this well the theme of History Channel. Today, they explain the history of every historical weapon that is forged on the show. Number 5. Nielsen is the intended mean judge. Simon Cowell, with his snide and harsh remarks, set a standard for the judges. No panel is ever complete without an angry judge that glares at the contestants anymore. Nielsen is the Simon of Forged in Fire. He barely smiles at people, unlike the other two friendly judges, and that's why he was hired, to be rude. But we like it. Someone has to be a little angry and bossy to keep things under control inside the studio. Number 6. Guns or knives, or both. The idea initially was about men making knives by Healy, just like a cooking show, but with different outcomes of the cooking than cakes and pastries. He had an outline that had the same contestants throughout the season make knives out of metal. Jody Flynn, a producer at Outpost Entertainment, pitched an idea for a show called Gunsmiths around the same times as Healy. Guess what? They merged both. So today's version of the show is a blend of two ideas, and it gives us 4 different contestants in each episode. Number 7. Nielsen's kids also forge knives. According to a report, Nielsen's son, who was 9 years old at the time, was proudly announced by his dad to be forging knives. As interesting as this is for us, considering his father himself is an expert on carving knives out of metals, we are concerned about the kid. Wasn't he a little too young to be working with such complicated machinery? Because the contestants on the show always end up hurting themselves, bladesmithing is not an easy task for a little kid. But then again, his dad knows better than us, doesn't he? Number 8. Bladesmith is a masculine concept. The show went on without women for a whole season. Forging knives is a not so feminine thing, but we know better than being sketchy about gender, don't we? That being said, women too can be interested in challenging activities like bladesmithing and did manage to find their way onto the show. So far, the women who appeared on the show did their part really well. Even Healy once commented that he did not want a woman on his show for the sake of having a woman on it, because he also knows how important skill, talent, and interest can be in such dangerous activities. So that's all about the hidden secrets of Forged in Fire. Let us know what you think of the video in the comments below. If you enjoyed watching it, like, share it, and subscribe to our channel for more updates. We'll see you next time.